Well, hello everybody and welcome back to a new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again while I'm out and about. I'm back in Sutton Park today. I don't know what you're all thinking. I'm always there. Well, you're right, I am nearly always here because it's not far from where I live. But I thought I would come back. It's been a couple of weeks since I was last here and I wanted to come out and see how the landscape changes within the summer months. But as you can see, it doesn't look very summery at the moment. It is August, I can vouch for that. But what I was trying to do, I know there's a little area of heathland not far from here, and there is just one tree all on its own in the middle of the heathland, and I wanted to go and see in August if the heather around that tree is really popping with colour. I don't know until I get there, but just on the walk on the way to it I've spotted this little area here, and there are several patches of purple heather lying around, so that bodes well for the future. So I'm going to head off to my first destination now and see if I can find any more of that heather. Well, I haven't yet found the tree that I was looking for with a lot of heather popping up all around it. I know where it is and I can go back to it on the way back, so I will still get that shot. But I have noticed there's an absolute shit ton of heather all over the place. You can't move without seeing heather. There's loads of it all over, so that's really looking promising. And at least if I can't find the tree, or if I don't get back to the tree that I want to capture, or if there's no heather around it when I get there, I know there is already plenty of heather that I can capture at some point on this little vlog, so I'm not too concerned about that. But really I just wanted to stop here and point something else out to you. This little copse of trees behind me, it's actually Queen's Coppice that I've found out, that's the name of it. And I've been there once before, and the last time I went there it was windy and snowing and freezing cold, and I didn't actually capture a vlog there. But I would like to pop back up to Queen's Coppice because it is slightly elevated from the rest of the park and it makes some quite interesting views. So I'm going to pop up there in a little while and have a go on that. But in the meantime I'm going to carry on down this road here to a place called Longmoor Pool, which is only a few hundred yards from here. And I've been and taken photos at one side of it, but I want to try and walk around to the other side of it now and take some photos there, and then from there I can head off up to Queen's Coppice, and after that back towards all the heather on my way home. So I'm around the opposite side of Longmoor Pool now from where I've been before. Just having a quick look around to see what I can see, and I'll explain to you exactly where I was the last time I was here. As we look across there, see those trees on the far side of the pond? That's where I've been before and actually captured quite a few interesting shots in that little bit of woodland. It's only a very small stretch of it, a few hundred yards wide, and there's not very much there at all, but there's enough to capture 2 or 3 decent compositions there. And of course, like all landscapes, it changes quite regularly, so I've been quite lucky over there. But for a change I've come this side of the pond purely and simply because I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I think I've got a nice view from this side of the pond over to the other side of the pond, so I'm going to stop here and take a shot. And also on the way around here I noticed one other shot that I wanted to take as well. Some trees quite close to the water's edge, and they were silhouetted nicely against the light of the water, so I might try and capture that shot as well. It creates quite a nice interesting frame as well, so I'll capture that one as well. And then I'm going to head up to Queen's Coppice just in front of me and get some shots up there as well. So what I like about this shot is there's kind of a marshy area just here in front of me, in between me and the pond itself, and I don't really want to go too much further from where I'm standing because I could end up knee deep in bog water by then. But then just out onto the pond itself there's some quite light greenish algae just in the middle of the pond, and it's providing, the two together are providing a nice interesting leading line to this tree at the back. So I've got to choose the right lens for this so I can capture the marshland, the algae and the tree itself all in the same shot. So it could well be the 70 to 300mm lens, probably about 180mm, but I'll have a proper look at that when I get set up. The camera's on the tripod ready to go, as you'll see, but it's just a case now of setting up a lens and getting it sorted. This woodland from the outside looks to be very dense and very overgrown, but as you actually get past kind of the first layer of trees, you do seem to notice that it thins out a little bit as you get inside the woodland, which is quite cool. So there's lots of little bits and pieces of compositions that I can probably find here. Just behind me, in fact, there's a little bit of log on the floor, which I hope you can see just there, and it kind of leads the eye through to these trees behind it, which is quite a nice look. And there's trees, this tree here just behind me and this tree here might even make an interesting framework for the rest of the image as well. So I'll capture that one first, and then I'm going to head up to the top of this little mound of trees just up behind me, up here somewhere, and see what I can see from up there, because that might be even more interesting from that direction. Just the two compositions in there then. That surprised me a little bit. I thought there might be a few more than that, but that doesn't matter. I've got a couple of pictures anyway, so it wasn't all bad. But don't forget, I've still got all that heather and the tree to come, so I hope you're still watching and looking forward to seeing the surprise at the end of the vlog. I'm always conscious when I see driftwood like that, which has landed on its own, to make sure I leave it exactly where it's landed and not actually try and move it. Some people would move it and try and make a bit of composition with it, but I would much rather move myself and find a composition that works naturally. And the reason for that is that driftwood has fallen somewhere and created its own natural habitat for wildlife. So I don't think I should be walking along and picking up their piece of wood and moving it somewhere else. That's a home for some small creatures. So I just left it there and moved myself. I've just noticed, you know, there's quite a lot of cow shit lying around. That's a bit worrying. For two reasons. First of all, I don't want to step in it. I mean, we all know I have done before. But secondly, I haven't seen the cows myself yet, and that stuff's fairly fresh. So they're knocking around somewhere. And I don't really fancy arguing them for a photo. But we'll carry on anyway. Okay, so I found it. That's my tree. There isn't any heather all around it. There's a billion ferns knocking around there. That's disappointed me, and the tree itself, when it's all in bloom like this, doesn't look as good as it does in the spring or in the winter. But obviously that's been a bit of a wasted journey to come here. However, I do know there's plenty of heather knocking around, and I can find probably several different shots that I can think of now that I could take. So instead of shooting this tree again, which is bloody useless at the moment, I'm going to carry on and shoot some heather instead. I think I'm going to call it a day here, folks. If you've stuck around this long, thank you very much for sticking with me while I go in search of a tree that was worthless in the end. But as you can see behind me, heather, as far as the eye can see, heather. So I'm going to capture a few shots of this now. I can see a couple of interesting compositions already. But whilst I do that, if you've enjoyed watching this vlog and you'd like to see a bit more of me, in the future, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget you can always leave me a comment, and I'll try and get back in touch with you as well. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.